Hello everyone, welcome to Prime Business. I am Pius Kojobaka. In the last couple of minutes, we know the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission has reviewed upward the average end-user tariff for electricity by 14.75% and also 4.02% upward for water supply across board for all categories of consumers. And we're getting a response and reactions on the back of that. And the Chief Executive of the Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mark Bedu-Abuaji, says businesses will be forced to pass down the cost of their production to consumers following the increase in utility tariffs. He's been speaking to Joy Business.
Obviously, once it's going to increase the cost of production, businesses cannot bear this high increments. So a chunk of it will be given to the consumers also to bear. So we should obviously prepare ourselves for an increase in prices. I mean, if it cuts across, then prices for every commodity is going to increase. That is not the fault of the business, not the fault of the producers. If you are increasing my cost of production, if I don't do something about it, it means my business also collapse. So we are going to pass on a huge chunk of this increment also to consumers. And for me, it is not the best way to fight inflation. I mean, if you want to achieve inflation of 11.9% as being stated in the budget, and you are increasing policy rates, you are increasing utility tariffs, then the prices of goods and services will go up, and obviously your target for inflation will not be achieved. I, from day one, have had a bit of issue with this target, and with what is it's as if probably they have in mind of increasing this utility tariffs. But I think that it will be extremely difficult for us to achieve the target that you have set for inflation, given that prices of goods and services are going to go up based on this increase in tariff. And it's not only electricity, it's water as well. Most of the businesses, they use both electricity and water. So you are receiving two slabs at the same time. And of course, you have to be strong. You have to find a way to survive. So obviously, we're going to pass on this increment to consumers.
Meanwhile, financial economist Professor Lord Mercer warned the increase of the tariffs would have an impact on the economy.
So the budget in itself positions itself to be more or less putting money in the people's pocket. And if you look at, the Bank of Ghana's Monetary Policy Committee, they gave headwind kind of exposure in terms of liquidity. And so they increased the, policy rate. So it is expected that once, money comes into the people's pocket, it is obvious that, one way or the other, through, policy implementation and through utility increase, government may want to, tap into some of these monies that have come into the people's pocket. But we also have to appreciate that if the utility, tariffs are not being borne by the people, obviously government may have to fill that in. And with the current IMF program that we find ourselves in, I don't think it is allowed for government to spend on behalf of the people when it comes to utility usage.
Now, the Association of Ghana Industries, AGI, is warning of potential job losses, production cuts, and disruptions to local supply chains as a result of mounting challenges facing manufacturing firms in the country. These firms export goods to major European companies for repackaging before reaching the U.S. market. AGI President Dr. Humphrey Enyimdake issued the caution on PM Express Business Edition.
It goes all the way to the farmer, just not only to the local company that is doing the cocoa processing. I don't want to mention company names. We have a number of our colleagues doing processing and exporting the liquor, and others, and through the cocoa board, exporting the beans. Granted, that is the case that company X in Ghana or company P in Ghana is exporting to Switzerland, and then Swiss now has about 30+% tariff increase. Automatically, there will be market contraction in the U.S. where the final product lands. The concern is that what is going to be the consumer behavior? Are they still going to purchase the product anyway? Bear in mind, by virtue of that 34% or 36% increase, it will drive an inflationary issue in the U.S. Will the disposable income from the consumer in the U.S. still be stable to go for chocolate? Granted that all things be equal, that the consumer behavior still stands, then the production and the value chain from the primary stage in Ghana, from the farmer to the processor through the company in Swiss, back will not change. That's all it things be equal. But we know the consumer behavior over the period changes as a result of inflation and as a result of your disposable income. That becomes a concern and trickles back. So once the demand there's contraction in the demand, automatically it comes back to the production base, which is Ghana. And bear in mind then, there are complications in Ghana. You have job constraints, because if the demand has dropped, revenue has dropped, it could affect even the country's forex. And it has forex implication. It could lead to forex uncertainties. So there are events
so job are at risk here.
Oh, job at risk,
production being cut is at risk.
That's on the micro level, which are company. But on the macro level also, export remittances that comes to the country is also at risk.
And also it trickles down even to the farmer as well.
It trickles all the way to the farmer, infrastructure, social interventions. You've got to look at it broadly across the value chain.
Head of SME sales at MTN Ghana, Mohammed Abubakar Sadiq, has stressed the need to support micro, small and medium businesses to strengthen the local economy. He made this call at the launch of the MTN SME Accelerator program, which is expected to offer tailored training and digital solution packages to support small businesses across the country. More from the launch.
According to research, Ghana's small and medium-sized businesses constitute approximately 70% of the country's GDP and form about 90% of all businesses. With promising potential for growth, the sector requires tailored support to realize its development. As part of activities to support micro, small and medium-sized enterprises, MTN Ghana has launched its flagship Accelerate program, which aims to offer support to SMEs. Mohammed Abubakar Siddiq, Senior Manager for SME Sales at MTN, shares some details on the program.
SME Accelerate 2025 is an activity to ensure that we are able to transform our businesses. The SMEs today, we have realized that most of the SMEs, in terms of digital transformation, they are lagging behind. So based on our experience or our research last year, we identified some of these gaps in them. And then to transformational gap in terms of digitization and also financial support as well. And also capacity building is also another thing that we identified last year. So this year we have decided to incorporate everything. Last year we did just 1 month. It's lasted for a month. But this year we say based on the feedback that we got from them, we are going to expand it up to the end of the year.
The program is expected to last for a year with carefully designed projects implemented across the country.
We also have solutions like a Jumapa that we have launched. We also have solutions like SME Plus. We have solutions like Yellow Bees, which has been tailored to SMEs. We also have fairs as part of the year-long program that we are also doing. So these are, but few of the programs as part of the launch. We are going to have these activities embedded in the SME Accelerate launch that we have done today.
The Chief Executive of the Ghana Enterprise Agency, Margaret Ansei, reiterated the need for support programs to enable SMEs to scale up and participate in the 24-hour economy policy.
MTN SME Accelerate program, a timely and strategic intervention that aligns perfectly with the bold and forward-looking vision we share at the Ghana Enterprises Agency. To build a resilient, digitally empowered, and globally competitive micro, small, and medium enterprises sector in Ghana.
And to some other stories, Advance Ghana, a French financial institution, is supporting women in the share industry with loans to help improve their work. Currently, 46 different cooperatives with women groups between 300 and 600 have received loans, while 90 cooperatives have received capacity building. Well, this was disclosed by the Chief Executive Officer of the company at the sidelines of the French ambassador visit to the northern region.
The visit by the French ambassador to the area was to offer him the opportunity to engage with stakeholders working with French institutions. The team was in Togo to interact with the Soropol Bunu Shea Butter Women's Group, pay a courtesy call on the chief, and engage with workers of the Advanced Bank Ghana internally. Speaking in an interview, the Chief Executive Officer of the company, Julien Valance, said his outfit had advanced support of about 4 million to these women groups in 2024.
We've worked with 90 cooperatives on the capacity building. Out of them, 46 cooperatives have received support in 2024, amounting to almost 4 million Ghana cedi. And we are talking about close to 8,000 women impacted. So I let you compute the number of lives that are impacted behind. It's a lot of work, but I think it's very rewarding, not only for us, but definitely for the communities we support.
The French ambassador to Ghana, Jules Ahmad Niaboso, said the French government would continue to work with Ghana to help bring the needed development.
The African continent is the continent of the future, with many opportunities, also many challenges to face. And to redraw, to revamp our relationship with this continent, we need to build things based on mutual respect, reciprocity, and equality. To develop the economy of Ghana, this country needs energy, electricity, and some of our key players.
A member of the Sugrubor Buni Women's Group, Sanatu Lansa, talked about the benefit the support had offered her and other women.
We, the women of Togo, have actually benefited a lot from advanced savings and loans. At least we now know how to make money ourselves through them.
The French ambassador was also enskined as Togo Zosemlena. Speaking at the palace, the chief of Togo, Mahama Andani, said they see the visit as a form of solidarizing with the people.
It is not just a visit. You have come to solidarize with us and to pledge your continuous support to alleviate the socio-economic difficulties that we are facing here, so that those of us who are living today, through your influence and through this project and those that will come subsequently, will improve the lives of those who will be here tomorrow.
Parliament for Wawe, Superintendent retired Peter Lanchini-Tobo has described youth unemployment as one of the greatest threats to Ghana's peace and security, launching the MP-led Youth Entrepreneurship Fund in Wa. He said the initiative is a bold step towards empowering the vibrant youth in the constituency. Rafiq Salam reports.
The initiative was named the Future Today MP-led Youth Entrepreneurship Fund, MLYEF, according to the Member of Parliament for Wa West, Superintendent retired Peter Lanchini-Tobo. Is a bold step towards empowering the vibrant youth in the constituency. It therefore offers a holistic approach to entrepreneurship, providing interest-free loans, capacity building training, and mentorship to young people with innovative business ideas.
I am excited to tell you that after 4 years representing you in the House of Parliament, I believe that youth unemployment is one of the greatest threats to our national peace and security. As much as I want to know where you want to go, I also believe that many of you are interested in white-collar jobs. You want to sit in the office and work. But I can also assure you, there are many people who have never stepped out of JSS, or they've never gone beyond senior high. They've gotten big organizations, and they are employing people with PhDs and employing people with master's degrees. So I believe that if you have your talent, and that talent is supported or motivated by other people, you can reach your aim in life.
Superintendent retired Peter Lanchini-Tobo recalled with nostalgia his first time as a tea seller at Ponyentanga.
Many years ago, when I was a young boy attending secondary school, life was hard. And what I decided to do was to start selling tea in Ponyentanga, my humble village. 6 o'clock, Lanchini's tea is ready. And what I used to do was to ride bicycle from Ponyentanga to Wa to buy bread. And go back by 6, my tea is ready. I sold tea to support my parents to take care of me through school. The capital that was required to establish this tea business was not much. And when I look at many of you, reviewing your applications, many of you do not need so much to start something. You have very brilliant ideas. All you need is financial support.
Out of the 200 proposals received, 40 outstanding youth were selected to form the first cohort of beneficiaries under the 200,000 seed fund initiative. He emphasized that his joy and excitement is to see them succeed, adding that every step of the initiative will be monitored closely.
I came with seeds. I came with seedlings. I didn't come with food. I'm coming to teach you how to fish. I've not brought you fish. And I didn't force you to apply. You put in applications justifying why you needed that amount of money you quoted. I devoted 100,000 Ghana cedis to support this initiative. But the inspiration I received from the team that reviewed the applications made it possible for me to increase it. I want to let you know that every quarter I will meet you. I am appointing a monitoring and evaluation officer who will visit you periodically to see how you are doing. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not giving out money for giving out sake. I will give you the money, I will train you, give you the skill set required for small businesses, and follow you up with enough training and monitoring to ensure that you develop. My joy is to see you develop. My joy is to see you make it. It's not about sharing money.
Some beneficiaries who spoke to Joy News were grateful to the West legislature for the initiative.
I started with something we call pig farming, and I started doing small. And that thing, my mother pushed a lot, and that thing really helped me, it really support. And today, I've completed university. And today, MP brought this initiative, and I see that it's good. Let me also add my hand. I wrote my proposal, and then they accepted it today. This initiative is going to help a lot, and I'm encouraging all youth in West that they shouldn't take this initiative for granted.
Let me be quite clear here. It is non-partisan. My application, when I tendered in the application, I have not tendered in as an NDC member. I tendered in as a constituent. And when I did that, a lot of people who are even seated there are not NDC members and they are enjoying the scholarship. Anywhere you go, sometimes they will be taking it to be like it's for a particular party. This thing is non-partisan.
Reporting for Joy News, Rafik Salam. Wow.
Back to the capital in Accra, the country manager for Yango Ride in Ghana, Tom Ofuneme, has made a passionate appeal for more investment in the transport industry to grow the ride-hailing operations in the country. He disclosed that about 80% of partner drivers struggle to raise funds to purchase small vehicles to operate in the area. He spoke about after the second edition of the Yango Digital Mobility Award here in Accra.
Event, which took place on Thursday, 10th April in Accra, aims to celebrate and recognize the achievement of Yango's partners, drivers, passengers, and other stakeholders who have made significant contributions to the digital mobility sector in Ghana. Speaking to journalists, the country manager for Yango Ride in Ghana, Tom Ofuneme, advised financial institutions to start considering investment in the sector to create more jobs.
It starts with one, yeah? You do one, and then you do 10, and then you do 100. Yango in and of itself cannot do all of it. But we've continuously engaged financial institutions. We've discussed with some that I can't mention their names now, but within the coming months we'll begin to see these opportunities spring up and also see how we can, find more and more low interest rates for the fleet partners to be able to get cars and give to drivers. YDMA is focused on rewarding excellent service. We want to be able to ensure that we encourage more and more people to put their best in what they're doing, especially when it comes to the ride-hail space. So I'm super excited. Congratulations to everybody that won tonight.
Several partner drivers received prizes ranging from 4 vouchers, free car maintenance and diagnostic solutions, electrical appliances, mobile phones, among others. The Driver of the Year award went to Ernest Dogbe.
I'm the happiest man on the planet this very moment. Very, very, very happy, to be honest. I don't know the way to celebrate it because it's just overjoy. And what I can say is that I thank God for today, and I thank God also for bringing Yango into this country, because they are the one that doing this. Without them, there will be no competition challenge over there. So I thank God for Yango, and I pray that Yango go from strength to strength. Yango become stronger. Yango become the dominant as it is now, more than dominant in the whole city and even beyond.
You're still watching Prime Business with me, Pius Kojobaka. Tea is consumed in many households as a breakfast or healthy option in Ghana. With a growing demand and increasing importation of the product, local producers are looking at ways to increase its production. This week on Food Chain, my colleague Jesse Eremagwapo engages Chief Executive of Nutri Health Food and Beverages, Dr. Bwahima, in team on more innovative ways to cater to the growing demand.
Our products are not just teas, they are medicinal. Okay. So it's medicine that is easy to drink, that is natural, 100% natural, that you can drink everybody. Very good for cramps, for women that are dealing with menstrual cramps, for women in their 50s that are dealing with menopausal issues, because hibiscus is full of estrogen. Okay. So it's very good for all these female issues and then male issues and all of that. So that's what we've done. 10 variants, but we are moving on to other bases. We are moving on to black teas very soon. We are very, very, very methodical with our quality. I mean, one thing we want to do, if you bought our teas 4 years ago, if you buy it today, there should be no difference. Okay. And so we have very strict standard operating processes that are well documented. So even if I took you in today, in 3 days, you could be formulating, because everything is documented in the right quantities.
You mentioned the fact that you want to expand, and a major part of that would be the funding. Yes. Besides that, what kind of impediment do you foresee? How can people support?
The impediment I foresee is the back end, going into the actual farming production, because if you want to export, it's stricter in terms of the standards. So until you are growing your own hibiscus, sometimes it's almost impossible to control the GAP practices and what they are using to grow, because you are buying from the market. You know, so as we expand to other markets which have much stricter food regulations, we will necessarily have to find money, and the plan is to get into a cooperative with a women's group up north, because the product does well in the north, and then we facilitate, provide the seedlings, provide everything they need, and they farm the hibiscus for us, which is a core ingredient that we are using. So that's a major challenge we foresee.
And you can catch the full episode of Food Chain tomorrow at 6 p.m. on the Joy News channel with my colleague Jesse Eremagwapo. And then Prime Business with me, Pius Kojobaka. Always a delight serving you. Prime Sources next. Do have a lovely weekend.